Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going over the Scrapper SMG, and this thing is low-key a demon. This thing is one of the more underused weapons, and today we're going to see if it's actually a viable option in today's meta. Before we get into it, shout out to these guys, left some comments on some of my previous videos, and also make sure you're subbed to my YouTube and following my Twitch to be entered in my 300,000 Kmarks giveaway. But with that being said, let's get right into it. So the Scrapper SMG is a gun that you obtain from Recoil. This is the first weapon you get for this faction, so you're going to have it really early on in the game. If we go over to the Recoil market and we go to weapons, you're going to see right here the KM9 Scrapper. This gun is very solid, but there's a couple issues you have to know about. So the base damage of this gun is 10, has a 17 magazine size and 17 penetration. This number right here, the 17 magazine size, is the biggest problem for this weapon. Since this gun shoots so quickly, 17 is really not enough to even compete with these other weapons in the game. That's why in the PvP clips you're going to see at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what it's like to have a light extended on this gun. So for the best attachments for this weapon, I'm going to go over two different variants, because one variant is going to be ones that you're going to craft in the gear printer, and the other variant is going to be some that you can buy from the quick shop, because not everyone is going to have the resources to print out all of these attachments. So first things first, let's go over what attachments you need to buy from the gear printer. So for this weapon, you're going to want a really good scope that has a really wide range. So for this weapon, you're going to want one scope, and honestly one scope only, and that's going to be the holographic sight. The holographic sight looks absolutely phenomenal on this weapon. You'll see why in the PvP clips, but this gun looks absolutely amazing with the holographic sight. Trust me, it's easy to build, only 2 hardened metals and 1 optic glass. You're going to want to use this optic. Another thing you're more than likely going to want to have on this weapon is something called a light extended mag. This thing right here takes 5 hydraulic pistons, 2 Kotek multi-tools, and 1 clear sight, and this thing will change your life with this weapon. This magazine adds 9 bullets to your 17 round mag, so instead of 17 bullets you'll be shooting, you'll have 26. Now 9 bullets doesn't seem like a lot, but it definitely is. It makes a huge difference and really impacts how you win and play your gunfights. The other attachments I would recommend are getting the ultra light stock. This is again to reduce the time to equip and aim down sight time, so I think it's very important when you're using an SMG to be the quickest guy on the field. And also you're going to want to get a grip here and use the tactical grip, and this reduces again the time to aim down sights. Again, you want to be one of the quickest people on the planet. You want to ADS quickly, because since you're using an SMG, you're going to be in those close range encounters and you want to have the first shot, trust me. So to show you an example of what I like to put on my weapon, this is what it looks like. This is like the most stacked scrapper you can have. There's really nothing better you can put on it besides a purple ammo converter. So this is literally the best weapon you can build for the scrapper. We have a holographic sight on it. We have a light extended, a purple one. We have an ultra light stock, a purple one. We have a tactical foregrip, another purple one. For the ammo converter, we do have a blue version, and for the rear grip, we have a green version. You can get a white version of the rear grip because you have to find the green version, but this right here is basically the most stacked a scrapper can get. Personally, for me, this is the best loadout for this weapon. But now let's go to the cheaper options to build this weapon, and this is simple. You go to the stockpile and you buy these simple attachments. One thing I still would recommend is making that holographic sight. Even if you're going to use white attachments on the weapon, the holographic sight just makes it so you can see enemies much clearer, and I honestly hate the look of the red dot on this weapon. But again, it is up to you, so do whatever makes you feel comfortable. So again, for the attachments, you'd pick up the light quick draw angled foregrip. You could get the ergonomic grip, or you could go down and you can buy the tactical rear grip. Again, it all depends on what you want to do with your weapon. For the tactical rear grip, you could reduce the time to aim down sights, or if you go up here and you go to the ergonomic grip, you can improve a time's weapon to equip. So again, it is all up to you, but I would recommend going for the tactical rear grip just because I like to ADS quicker. Then you can go with the regular stuff, the standard stock right here. You can go with the red dot if you want. Again, I recommend holographic sight. Then you get your foregrip. This weapon cannot hold a muzzle brake. It cannot hold a suppressor, so forget about those. You're not going to need it. You're going to make noise either way, so you might as well get as many good attachments on the weapon that you can get. Now that we have the best attachments for this weapon, let's go over the recoil and see what that's like. So going over the recoil pattern on this weapon is going to be a little bit more difficult because this weapon does not leave bullet holes like every other weapon. It just shoots the wall and really leaves no trace of where the bullets go. We'll try to explain it slow and steadily, and you'll see that this pattern is not too crazy, so you can understand it fairly well. I'll try to draw some pictures on the side so we really get the image of what it looks like. So first things first, we're going to take all of the attachments off of the gun, and we are doing this with the white attachments just so people have an idea, because I think more people are going to use the white attachments on this weapon and not the other attachments, just because a lot of people don't have the resources for the other attachments. So we're gonna do the no attachments and then the white attachments, and let's see if there's really any difference at all. So now that we're going at the recoil pattern, we'll go slow and steady and see what I do. So in the beginning of the recoil pattern, we go up fairly straight, so we'll draw it right here on the side. We go up fairly straight, a little bit to the left. Now let's see it continue. It goes a hard left to a hard right. So it goes a little bit left and a little bit right. So this is what the recoil pattern looks like without attachments on the weapon. All we have is a holographic sight on the gun. So again, we'll go and check, see if the attachments are off the gun. There's no attachments on the gun. We go up, left, and right. So the recoil pattern seems, with no attachments, that it's like this. It's up, a little left, and a little right. So again, this is a very compact recoil pattern, and it's honestly not too shabby, because again, when you're going against the recoil patterns, you're going to want to do the exact opposite, and we go over this in every single video. So if the gun goes up in the beginning, we're going to want to go down. If it goes to the left a little bit, we're going to go to the right a little bit, and if it goes straight up to the right at the end, we're going to go straight left at the end. Follow that recoil with your hand on your mouse, and it's honestly as simple as that. And now let's put our attachments back on the weapon and see if we see any difference in the recoil pattern. So here we go. We have all the attachments on the weapon, and let's see if this weapon really does anything different. So again, we go up, we go left, and we go right, and honest to God, that was basically the same pattern that we just saw. We have that same motion of up, a little left, and a little bit more right. So again, we'll go over it one more time. We go up, a little left, and a little right. The only difference that I'm seeing is that when we're going up, it doesn't go as far left, just a little bit left, and then a little bit more right. Again, it's very hard to see since there are no bullet holes. You'll see in the PvP situations when I'm using that larger magazine how the gun really functions in these situations. But again, this recoil pattern is honestly one of the easier ones to control just because it's so tight-knit and it's really stays in a very small box. So if you can control your bullets in this big of a gap, you will be totally fine in controlling this weapon. Now that we're good with the recoil of this weapon, let's quickly go over how this weapon does in PvE situations and see if it's really good against these creatures. So here we are. We have a 26 round magazine and we have a rattler right in front of us. Let's see if we can one clip this thing from this distance. So it all depends on my aim as well, but we hit almost every shot since the recoil is so easy to control, and we shred that creature in 26 bullets. So again, if you don't have that extended mag, you're not going to kill it in one clip. That's why the extended mag is so worthwhile. And now real quick, let's see if we can kill Striders fairly easily. This thing was 3-tapping Striders, which was really peculiar to me. I literally 3-tapped them. So again, this gun is kind of gross when it comes to killing PvE creatures. Against Marauders, I honest to God would not recommend, just because the Shatter gun exists. So that's really the only reason. But again, use this gun how you want. I'd feel pretty confident against PvE and making your way out of certain situations. But now let's go over the real chunk of the video that you guys want to watch, and this is the PvP situations. So right here, I am stalking a duo, and this is going to be the first fight that we really get into. Again, I have the extended mag on this weapon, and you'll see how this light extended just helps me out through all of these fights. We are going to look at these guys here, see if we can get a good shot, and we get a really good shred on this first guy. We don't kill him because we did miss a lot of bullets here, but again, you'll see how we play out in this fight. And again, these guys are leaving, so I try to get some shots on them when they're a little bit farther away. Again, I'm just trying to love tap them to kind of make them scared, because again, I want to get up close and personal with this weapon. So we manage to heal, then we make our way again towards the enemy. So here they are in front of me again, and I go for a shred again. I see one guy moving up. I see him, I shred him because he had a green armor on. He was a little farther away. I managed to get the kill on him, and I managed to 2-tap his friend in the head. And now I just got to push up on him because I have one down. I have one enemy that should be fairly weak. Not too weak, but fairly weak. And I know he has a Manti, so I got to play it fairly smart. So I push up, and I get a really good shred on him, and I get the kill. And again, that extended mag helped me out so much in that fight, because as we see here, I have 7 bullets left in the mag, and the light extended gives me 9 extra. So if we had the normal magazine there, I would have been 2 bullets short. So right there, I would have had to reload. I would have had to reposition. I probably would have got shredded a little bit more. I even could have died in that fight if I didn't have a light extended. So I really recommend getting this light extended to give you those 9 extra bullets in the mag. Now right here in this next gunfight, this is going to be a prime example of why you want the light extended, because if I didn't have this light extended on this gun, I would be so dead. We'll see right here how this guy is coming up on me on top of the hill, and I just managed to get some great shots on him. I use every bullet in the magazine to finish this guy off, and I managed to kill him with barely anything left. We'll go over it one more time to see how this light extended helped me and see how many bullets I ended up with. So again, we go up, we see him pushing up, we managed to get some great shots, and as we see, we have 3 bullets left in the mag after we kill him. So if we didn't have that light extended, I would be dead because he would have kept shooting and I would have been reloading and I would be so dead. So again, that's two situations that the light extended magazine saved me once again. So having the extra bullets in this gun is just so superior to not having those bullets at all. One thing you could do is you could rock a double scrapper setup, but then you still have to switch weapons, you still have to reload, you have to choose which option you want to do. So again, I would recommend just buying the light extended, just having that in your pocket and really using it as much as possible and using it to your advantage. And right here, we're going to go over a fight that I actually lose. I know, shocking. I don't usually lose my gunfights because I am such a phenomenal player in this game. I really am just one of the best, and no one can compete with me. Let's just be honest here. But we are moving up on a guy, and this guy does have a flechette. So again, we play this really stupid. Right here, we should have honestly been shredding him. I could have used the bullet to my right as some cover. I should have shredded him, got some good shots, started off the fight. Then he probably would have ran off to my right. Then I could have pushed him. But again, I waited for him to see me basically, and I got some really good shreds on him. He just happened to have blue armor, and he just absolutely destroyed my health bar. And again, I played that really dumb. So if I would have chosen to shoot him right here in the beginning, opened up the gunfight, and then shot him once again, I probably could have won that gunfight and left with blue armor and a flechette, but sadly, I didn't. As we see here, I died to pass the perp. I hit him for 83, so if I did open up that gunfight with a couple opening shots, I more than likely would have killed him. So again, listen to your gut and just do what's best for you in these gunfights. Now that is going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like on the video and consider subscribing. I hope you really did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. A deuce. In my heart, you're the reason I be.